Hey guys, Omni here. We are back for episode 10 of Young Justice. Last episode was kind of bonkers. I love that we're getting into the magical aspect of it. You know, it feels very different from what we've seen before. And I'm just excited to see where this is going. I didn't expect that to be nearly as visceral as it was. There was some body horror, to say the least, in that episode. I like that we're getting into Vandal Savage's backstory a little bit, his relationship with Clarion. I learned his name. And this new being coming down, this new Chaos Lord coming down, seemingly to, I guess, rein in Clarion, because he's just kind of been gone doing his own thing for maybe too long. I don't really know what her goal is. She's taken on the name Child. She's got her own little crystalline golem with a little emoji face, which is kind of funny. But I like diving into this magical aspect of things. I love Zatanna. She's one of my favorite characters, and I like that we're kind of seeing a little bit more of everything else. We saw the Phantom Stranger pop up as well, which means stuff's kind of probably going to be a little crazy. Dr. Fate made a quick appearance. We saw Blue Devil a few times. Yeah, I'm excited. Mary from the Shazam family. I guess something happened at one point or another with, I don't know that we saw it with the covert team with the Shazams on there. Something happened, I guess, that broke up that family. It sounds like one of them might have died, because she's not really a hero in that way anymore, which is kind of, I guess, why she's decided to go and pursue the mystic arts to try to utilize some of that power, that skill set that she once had. Because a lot of her spells, the way she's utilizing her magic, and Zatanna even calls it out to her, she's still thinking, using her magic and thinking more like a superhero than anything. And she calls out a lot of the strength of Hercules, the power of Zeus, or whatever the hell she says, but a lot of the times, like, to kind of relive some of those moments where she used to be powered by, you know, the Rock of Infinity. But anyway, Eternity, you know what I mean. Anyway, guys, that all was said, let's go ahead and get ready to dive into this episode. We're almost at the halfway point with the series. If you want to see the full-length reaction to this, remember that's on Patreon, or if you become a member on the channel, it gets you access as well. It's just you sync up your own footage with the time code, and you can see my reaction to the entire episode, because I do have to trim things down to 10 minutes for it to be on YouTube for you guys to see it. It's just one of the ways you can help support us over here, help us do what we do. But of course, another way you can do that is simply by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing these videos, because YouTube likes that engagement, and when it sees that on a particular video, it'll promote it to other people and hopefully bring more traffic into the channel. That all said and down the way, guys, let's go ahead and dive into this episode. Here we go. This episode is called Nomed Esir, which of course is Rise Demon, since, you know, Zatanna's magic is all spells, words said backwards.
A century passed. A century of reconstruction, fortification, and growth. Vandal again began his travels. Some 200 years later, Vandal, now going by the name Varljat,
Okay.
grown into a prosperous, if not miraculous, city-state. One that controlled nearly all surrounding territories.
Is this in the comics, like him being the originator of Atlantis? I don't recall any of that.
The first immortal Varl's line had spawned. Arian, Lord of Atlantis.
Okay. Man, this intro, this music is just such a fucking jam.
Is he okay? His Galpsia Cabertyrata.
Was that necessary?
He had us on the ropes.
Oh,
then
damn.
he just took off. So why didn't Clarion finish us off? I'm not sure. I thought I heard something, but I was too busy being strangled to focus.
Yeah, you were.
A summons
Dude.
of pure chaos.
Phantom Stranger's hanging out, making some visits.
It's so not necessary.
I'm here because you have made my presence necessary.
I don't need backup.
I'm not here to help you. I'm here to replace you.
What?
Right after I decorporealize you.
What?
Ending your existence on the mortal plane forever. It's the way you've spent the past dozen millennia or so, acting as lapdog to the savage.
Hmm.
We're partners.
Are you, though? Are you really? He's all but a lord of order himself.
But look at what we've done together.
Fair point.
Your entire tenure on Earth has been quite the fiasco. That ends now.
Is Clary a baba? A baba? Still not sleeping, man? Even after like the medicine? Oh, hey, we haven't checked in with them for a minute. I forgot they're all on their way to Earth now.
Are we there yet?
We have approximately 1 more week of
I
travel.
was kidding. It's something Earth children say on long voyages. Right, McGann?
She's trying to reach out.
She's completely closed her mind to us.
She needs her family.
What are we?
She needs the family she created for herself. Garfield and Artemis, Richard, Calderam, Zatanna, and Raquel.
What would they say? How would they help her?
Breaks my heart, man.
It was a precaution. They made Arian their agent of order on Earth. Their crown's potent magic soon infused his very being, creating a new bloodline of magical meta-children. Arian also
So man, meta, and magi all originated from Atlantis on this Earth.
But for Varljat, it only made him hunger for something more.
It's never enough, is it?
Who is this guy?
No one. A stranger.
You seriously want us to save the witch boy? And frankly, the idea of two chaos lords destroying each other sounds mighty appealing right now.
Your viewpoint is short-sighted. You require perspective.
Let me show you some.
Where did you send me?
Die, you pathetic knockoff.
Great, a front row seat.
I sent her to where your teacher might learn. I assume you might want to help her.
Of course we would.
Hello, Megan.
Yoink. So what's the goal here? Like, Phantom Stranger obviously knows something a little more than usual. Obviously, that's kind of his character. He's omniscient. So, like, something bad will happen if Clarion goes down.
And together,
Oh.
we'll banish you to usher in a new age of chaos in this world.
Holy crap!
Oh my god. That cross section, though. Jesus.
Was my
I never thought we'd see anything like this in Young Justice, to be honest. If this was still on Cartoon Network, you better damn bet that wouldn't be happening.
I was a fool for a second, was I, Tico? Who asked you? Not fair.
And she's so much better than you, bud.
Varljat's plan was simple perfection. Use the power of the crown to sink the Atlantean capital.
Why?
Arian did not agree. Hundreds of your Homo Magi would survive. The crisis will activate their potential.
It's trying to force transformation through a cataclysm.
When 3/4 of its surface was covered in ocean beyond his rule. But Arian's descendants, those that survived, would surely conquer the vasty deep.
So it's literally so he could force an evolution in their survival to conquer the sea that they can't actually get to from the land.
Aryan categorically refused to help his grandfather sink any of Atlantis, and so Varl Jat waited. The Chaos Lord Clarion returned.
I thought you were taking us to Zatanna. Where are we?
This looks like Constantine's place.
We're in the sanctum sanctorum of one Jason Blood.
Okay, or not.
Might one Jason Blood ask why, and hope for a minimally enigmatic answer?
Yeah, good luck with that.
Sanctum sanctorum. That's like Doctor Strange's place in Marvel. Is that like a play on words, or is that actually what they call it here too?
You speak as if my friend is an instrument of precision. But at best, he is a cannon I may attempt to aim.
Look, Zatanna's still out there.
So if you have a cannon...
That's why the name was familiar to me after a minute.
If it must be done.
Here we go.
Change your form of man. Release the might from fleshy mire.
Etrigan.
Fire. Gone. Gone the form of man. Rise of the demon. Etrigan!
I like Etrigan, man.
At the moment, I can't remember why I ever wanted to go to that boring, banal, third rock from the sun.
No one forced you to come.
Okay.
She's just trying to provoke a conversation.
I never asked you for that.
You didn't have to ask. I wanted to be here for you.
Of course. This is all about you.
You won't open your mind to me at all.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Nothing I do will ever be enough, will it?
Avery, I'm a professional guidance counselor. I know you're trying to generate a catharsis for me.
Is it working?
Oh, that was funny.
I haven't seen you laugh since.
Don't. You fucked up. Well, you got her to crack open at least, so there's gonna be a little bit of a flood.
Oh my God.
That was nice. I like how Megan immediately called out what the fuck she was doing too. Oh, what the hell? What the fuck?
What was that?
They just got hit. Almost got hit by a school bus. What the shit was that? It's just like they're just like, there's nothing. There's a whole fucking school bus.
This child doth hide an other of her own inside.
I'm nothing like you and...
Well, I mean, I guess kinda, though. Yoink. It's just made a diamond, though I'm sure it's magically enhanced, but it's just a diamond, right? Made a diamond.
Huh? Rock tsunami? That doesn't even make... Oh, crap.
Oh my god.
Varl Jat and Clarion made a new accord in a common cause. The sinking of the city of Atlantis, no matter the cost. Clarion could not be sated by one Atlantean city. His appetite grew and grew, until the entire continent sank beneath the waves. Varl's heart was...
Look what you did, bud.
He regretted the passing of his grandson, and he never intended for all of Atlantis to fall. Still, as Varl had predicted, the water breathers of Atlantis were born. A new kingdom of Atlantis controlled 3/4 of the globe. So ultimately,
That's what he
Varl
wanted.
Jat was satisfied. Fire always does the trick.
Holy shit. Zatanna, are you gonna do anything?
Disappointing. Come, Flaw.
So I guess this is like a preview. Look, if you don't help Clarion, this little one
And have you
this is gonna be way
acquired
worse.
Perspective.
Enough to know we need more help.
Father, why do you tell us what we already know?
To remind you, the sinking of Atlantis demonstrates the need for chaos. Without it, the undersea kingdoms would never have existed.
Nor would they exist if Arion's bloodline had not restored order below the waves.
Agreed. But who will restore order in the wake of the greater chaos that the child brings? You may not like Clarion, or me, but the Witch Boy is a weapon I've learned to aim. But this new child is beyond my control, or your ability to counter. Think on that.
Well, shit. Alright. Just them looking at Earth. That it? Sometimes I just don't know, because like the first few, it was kind of like entertaining to kind of see them like move forward. Aside from this, he's literally just breathing. Okay.
Lifeboat. Send boom tubes to every member of the Light and anyone they designate.
Project
Offer
Lifeboat.
the same courtesy to Raish and his family. I doubt he'll accept, but make the offer.
So this is like a just in case Earth gets destroyed, and he's trying to preserve the metas as well. And it's in case Earth explodes or there's some calamity.
Anything and everything of value must be transferred off Earth to the war world. Until we see how this chaotic little trial ends.
He's not sure if the Earth's going to survive this, so he's saving everybody he can that's within his circle. All right, I was talking shit about that one not mattering, and then it was just like, oh, here you go, ba-bow, info dump. That was a really good episode. The action was really fun, and again, we're expanding our scope. We brought in Etrigan, man. I wasn't really expecting that. That was fun. I always forget his host name. I was like, gosh, why does this name sound so familiar? I was like, it's his host. Duh. I should know that from Constantine and some of the other animated shows that films that have come out with Etrigan in there featured. Etrigan's a fun character. The Phantom Stranger is like trying to prevent this cataclysm to come out because this new Lord of Chaos is not one to be trifled with. One that's a little less about fun and more about, I don't know, I guess just trying to tip the scales. Though I figured they existed to keep the scales in check. Because, I mean, they're literally opposite each other. Lord's order, chaos, scales. Like, the Lords of Order are like, oh, I guess they're sending another one down there. It's just not going to send somebody of their own. I mean, they got people down there. They've got stewards of their order down here on the Earth. Are they just relying on them? Don't know. So Nobu is some sort of spawn or relation. Like before his soul got trapped in the helmet, he was. Are they saying in this version that this Dr. Fate, this Nobu, was a spawn of Vandal Savage, like way back when? And like how everything, humans, magic users, metas, Atlanteans all spawned from Vandal Savage's bloodline. In this continuity, I don't recall that ever being the case in any of the mainstream lines. So that's kind of a fun little twist, and how he was trying to, like with in the X-Men and stuff like that, trying to use chaos, some kind of like, generally in X-Men it's like the chaos and rage of the hormones, but in this, like, evolution is typically triggered by can be expedited by cataclysm, a need for adaptation, like a quick need for adaptation, otherwise their extinction will happen. So you see like changes in escapes, like right after like a volcanic eruption, a change to the terrain, the area adapts to the change in the reaction from the everything that grows back and comes back into that. So like he's trying to force that. He didn't want to destroy everybody, but he wanted control over everything. He wanted to rule everything. Except they had done that on the land, but nothing. He's like, well, most of this planet's water, and I have no way to reach any of that. So he was going to try and sink just the city in the hopes that some of the metas, some of the magi that have these abilities that can survive it, might survive it, and then through the cataclysm evolve. And that would be an extension of his rule down in the sea, like trying to create a way to occupy that unoccupiable space at the time. Which in turn, once he did that with the help of Clarion, led to the rise of the Atlanteans and all of that as we know them, which is kind of interesting. Zatanna just be like, when Phantom Stranger being like, listen, some crazy stuff's going on. They're about to kill Clarion. And if that happens, things will be really out of whack. So go help Clarion. And she was like, no. So she had to be forced to see like how much worse this little child over here was going to be if she takes charge as the arbiter of chaos on Earth. Even so far as the Vandal to go to Dr. Fate and be like, hey, man, I know you don't like me, but I can aim Clarion. Clarion, I know how to manipulate because he's immature. He's easily manipulatable. He's got quirks. He's got desires. He's got an appetite for mischief, and you can aim that by playing your words, playing to his ego and all that jazz. But this new one definitely is just like here for the mission, and that's it. Can't aim that. So he's trying to they're building this magical army to try to fight this back, getting together people of order. But on the failsafe, just in case it goes south, Vandal is sending out invitations to everybody he knows, everybody he's been associated with, to evacuate Earth to War World just in case shit goes tits up. So, oh my god, that's crazy. That's cool though. This was a cool episode. And then checking back in on Magon, and seeing how Emery was trying to open up, all this time that they've spent traveling to Earth, and she's just kind of been silent, and she wants to be a good sister and try to get her to open up. And then, so I liked how she's like, well, she's not talking to me under normal means. She's very closed off. So she was like, I'll just assault her with by getting upset about this. And it was like a reverse psychology. I can't remember what they call that technique. I know they brought it up in the episode, but I like how she applied it just to get that, get her out of her head for a little bit. And it worked. And I like that. So it was a nice little sisterly moment. I really appreciated that. Gar, again, is still struggling. He's even on medication. He's still not sleeping. So I'm very worried about Gar, man. I really am. Then randomly, a bus manifested out of nowhere in space and almost crashed into Magon, John, and Emery's ship. So, what was that about? It was just a bunch of kids and the school bus driver. What the fuck was that? No idea. No explanation. They don't even know what the item was that almost hit them. They didn't even really acknowledge it. They were just oh, that was weird. Just moved on. But then again, fun episode. Guys, what'd you think of it? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Join our Discord. We can talk about it there as well. Links to that on my socials and in the description box below the video. And yeah, if you want to see the full-length reactions, remember us on Patreon, or if you become a member on the channel, gets you access as well. And speaking of, before you go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Mandy Shara, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yuri Corey Scott, Margaret Grace, Mary Bradley, Jeffrey Hale, and various abominations. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. I'll see you guys next week with the next episode of Young Justice. Take care, everybody.